from Madison County, been in the papers and been on the news for many years, many days and weeks. And we want to just kind of bring it back to Madison County to where it originated, where it started from. And so I'm going to ask Joey Deason, Director of Makita, to come up and get us started. And I think we have several speakers here as well. After that, maybe Mayor McGee, if you would like to come up after Joey, and then Haley after him, then Phil, and then maybe one other. Joey, go ahead and kick us off.
President Steen, Board, thank you very much for this opportunity. Obviously, by now, everyone understands and realizes the size and the scope of the project. But I'm going to tell you a few things that you may or may not know about the project. Number one, what was announced was $10 billion, 1,000 jobs, average wages about $70,000, with a scope of planning to build out around 5 years. We expect that those numbers are extremely conservative. It's going to be more investment, the wages will be better, and there will potentially be more jobs as well. So we've got a lot to look forward to. If you're familiar with economic development, there's typically three ways that projects are brought to a community. One is through the Mississippi Development Authority. Number two is through your electrical utility provider, in this case, Entergy. And the third is they sort of walk off the street and you develop them yourself through Makita. This particular project came to us by way of Entergy. This particular project started about 5.5 years ago. I was brought on board about 5 to 4.5 years ago. I remember going to Seattle and sitting in a room, and at that point, there were reasons not to choose Mississippi. And they gave us a checklist, and I wrote them down because I looked them up this morning. One was the flag, one was speed to market, and the others I'm not going to give you the detail, but let's just say we were able to check those boxes. And one of the reasons we were able to check all those boxes is because of boards like you. Nobody realized when we were doing the zoning, the rezoning, the conditional uses, not only for the Madison Board of Supervisors, but the City of Ridgeland as well, okay? No one knew exactly what we were doing at that time. Now, you're going to have a lot of people say that, oh, I've known this for years now. Well, that's a lie. Nobody knew it for years. And I'm going to tell you, my board, one of the things that AWS instilled into us was confidentiality, that it had to remain confidential. And I'm going to tell you, the Makita board did their job. They've known about this for 4.5, 5 years. They didn't speak a word to anybody about it. We kept it under wraps. Then at the appropriate time, we had to bring everybody up to speed. We did. So we worked together as a team, and we made this happen. Now, one other thing that you don't know that you're probably going to see very, very quickly is we announced AWS last week. They're going to go vertical before the end of the month. So you're going to see the first building start to rise up out of the dirt end of the month. We couldn't have done it without your leadership. We couldn't have done it without the City of Ridgeland. And more importantly, we couldn't have done it without Entergy and my board at Makita. So thanks to all of you. I appreciate it.
Right. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you. Well, I don't know that I need to say anything after Joey came up with, but I will say that it's a great day in Madison County to celebrate a victory that I don't guess any other county will ever be able to celebrate. The biggest economic development project in the state of Mississippi in our history. But I do want to thank you all, the Board of Supervisors. You all worked very hard to be sure that this happened. But I also owe a great deal of big gratitude to Joey for working with our staff, our public works, our community development. You know, a lot of times there are things going on, and you have to be able to have a vision. And I can say that our Board of Aldermen, with the work they did and some changes they made in our zoning, and then approving going forward with the infrastructure, has made a difference in this project. So I'm very proud of that. And I'd like for y'all to give the Ridgeland Board of Aldermen a hand for what they've done.
All right.
Joey told me a long time ago that this was going to be a game-changing project. He never would tell me what it was, as he said he couldn't. But as we talked and as they worked with our staff, it was obvious that something was going to happen that was very special. So I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the Makita board and the fact that I have a relative on that board, Went McGee, who was able to keep a secret for all that long. So I'm very proud of him also. Anyway, this investment is going to be something that's going to pay off for years to come. Thank you all, and again, thank the Makita board, and just excited about what's going to happen. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. Haley?
Thank you, Mr. President, Board of Supervisors. I'm Haley Fasackley, President and CEO of Entergy Mississippi. And I'm going to follow up on what Joey had to say, and I want to congratulate you all. The leadership that this county, City of Ridgeland, put forth, what happened last week, you earned it. Delbert Hoseman said that the other day at the press conference, and he couldn't say it any better. I've gotten a lot of calls from other counties saying, why aren't you doing this for us? Why didn't you do this for us? I said, hold on a second. We serve all our counties equally. Madison County did what it had to take. It showed leadership. It found a site. It recruited the talent of Joey Deason, the Economic Development Authority, and the work that they did. This opportunity happened, and what you did was not only bring a record investment, you brought something that's going to be transformational. And as Joey said, this company has a record of not just coming in a one and done. They invest. They commit. They are a corporate partner. And what you're going to do is going to be generational. We talk a lot about the brain drain and the loss of jobs in Mississippi. You have created something that are going to make younger generations pause and say, hey, I can stay home, have a quality life, and live here. So you've earned every bit of this. And we're proud to serve Madison County, Ridgeland, and all the surrounding areas, and we're proud to work with you, not only to deliver this project, to make them proud of the decision they made. So I'm here to thank you, Madison County, Makita, City of Ridgeland. Job well done. We're glad to partner with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Phil? And I believe Jan is on her way up as well.
I want to thank the Board of Supervisors for letting us have make some comments this morning. And I have with me Phil Buffington, who is the Madison County Business League and Foundation Government Affairs Chairman, and he's here today to help celebrate with us. I just want to make a brief comment. As the voice of business in Madison County, the Business League congratulates and celebrates the leadership of the Board of Supervisors, Makita, Entergy, and the City of Ridgeland for this historical economic development project. And the Business League, their membership and the businesses I know in Madison County are very anxious to partner with each of you to see this to fruition. So thank you very much. Phil?
Thank you. Mr. Buffett?
Good morning,
Good morning.
Mr. President, Board of Supervisors. Always glad to be up here with y'all. I'm not going to repeat anything anybody said, I don't think. I may. You know me, I get a little wordy. But I really do want to stress this. Madison County is on an incredible streak in economic development, and there's a lot of people that need to be thanked. I'm not going to thank any of the federal, state officials. Everybody knows them. Everybody knows what they've done. That really kind of comes out early on. But what I do want to do is stop today and thank a few people locally. Because they're the ones that help make that difference. It's not just the federal or the state people, it's y'all locally, and a lot of people locally. And I try not to ever mention names because I always know I'm going to leave somebody out. But I'm going to mention some names today because I think it's appropriate, and if I leave somebody out, please forgive me. First of all, I want to thank the whole Board of Supervisors. Each of you made this a possibility. There's a lot of moving parts that people don't mention and people don't know about that y'all do a lot to make sure happens and helps makes this move forward. And one of the things, I know we're here for Amazon, but there's a lot of other good stuff going on in the county. And what we all need to recognize is the effort y'all put forward to make sure that the whole county is developing. And I do want to thank Gerald Steen for all of the work that he's done on the infrastructure projects in the county. In particular, in the middle part of the county, down around Reunion Parkway, and even down in the south part of the county. So I think that's important, but the whole board gets credit for that. I also want to thank the Makita board, because quite frankly, that's a high-paying job, as we all know, and they really put in a lot of hours. But quite frankly, I don't mean that in humor. I really do want to thank the board, especially the ones that are here today, for all their commitment and efforts. But in particular, I want to thank Joey Deason, because I know him personally, and he came here with a mission. And quite frankly, he is working to accomplish that mission, and he works tirelessly. I'll give you an example. Back in December, I told him I wanted to view the mega site. He took me out there and drove me around for 2.5 hours so I could see everything that was going on, describing everything. He's got a commitment to this county. He's got a commitment to economic development. I also want to thank Energy and Haley Fazzackerly. He's here today. Without them, none of this would be possible. And quite frankly, they work tirelessly too. And they have made this a possibility for the county. Haley used the term transformational, and I don't think we can understate that term. This is going to be transformational for this county. But this is just one project. If you will look around and look at everything the county has going on, and look at that as a combined collective economic development deal, then that's what's really transformational. This county is making a difference. There are people that have said in the past, this county can't work together to do everything. We've shown over the last several years that we can work together as a collective group and make things happen. And I think that's very important. I also want to thank the City of Ridgeland and Mayor McGee. They have been very instrumental in a lot of things that are going on in the county, and we appreciate their effort in going forward too. Now, I also want to thank the Madison County Business League. I know, Gerald, I'm getting kind of long, but you gave me a mic. I want to thank the Madison County Business League and Foundation Board and Jan Collins, because they work hand in hand with all of the groups that I've mentioned and trying to help make Madison County better. And as a collective group, I think we've done that. Now, I'm going to finish up just on a couple of things. We've done a lot, but we've got a lot to do. And we've got the group of people that can work together to make this happen and make Madison County not one of the best, but the best county in the state. And I hesitate to say that because I've got a lot of friends in adjoining counties. But what we're doing in Madison County is going to make a difference to central Mississippi, to all the adjoining counties, and to the entire state. And we can't lose sight of that. Now, what we've really done is we've helped to change the way people think about Madison County. And that's everybody in this room, and that's important. And the last thing I want to leave you with is this. You've heard me say it before, and I'll keep saying it again. There's no place I'd rather be than Madison County, Mississippi. Thank y'all for everything you do. Thank you for everything that everybody in this room does, and let's keep moving forward.
Thank you, Phil. I know we appreciate each one of you coming up and speaking, and each one of you had a tone, and it led towards leadership. And we all know that without leadership, not any of this would have happened. And as Haley mentioned, and the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, this project was earned. And we started this whole project back in 2016 when we purchased the property where the mega site is now. And when we purchased that property, I think it's $10–12 million we gave for it. We had a lot of pushback. A lot of people just pushed back and said, who's going to locate next to Canton? Who's going to do that? But the Board of Supervisors had the foresight and vision to move forward with this, and we did. With Joey on board pushing that project, we did. We pushed it with getting a lot of pushback. Makita board, hey, they was definitely on board, with the project. And so with that being said, we moved down the road. Amazon came in. Clark Beverage is building out there as well, which is a great project. Now the announcement with Amazon coming in as well. Man, it's just great. And it goes back to show that if you have a vision and you implement that vision, you can make things happen. City of Ridgeland, Mayor, Alderman, appreciate each one of you being here today. Y'all have that vision, had that vision for many years. If you didn't have it ready for this, Amazon wouldn't be locating there in the city, in your city. But you and the Alderman showed leadership, and that's the reason Amazon is there today. Haley, again, couldn't do it without Entergy. You're right. Ed, the board, I mean, just couldn't do it without y'all. Y'all are a partner and a big partner to Madison County. And so we appreciate it tremendously. And again, this is a partnership. It's not one organization or one group. It is a partnership. And on top of that, as I think Phil mentioned earlier, the Business League. Guys, you can't say enough about the Business League. There are businesses here in Madison County. They have supported this Board of Supervisors in what we do and Makita to move forward. And that's what we got to have, is everyone come together for one voice. And that's what we're doing. With the cities and the towns that are interested in working with the board, we're going to continue to work with you to make great things happen in Madison County. And so we appreciate each one of your leadership and the ability and consistency to move forward regardless who's out there trying to push back on us. This board will continue to move forward, and we'll continue to see better days ahead for Madison County to make quality of life much better than what it is today in Madison County, and we're looking forward to that happening as well. I want to give y'all a big thank y'all. Thank you.